All right, what's going on, everyone? We got a bit of a different stream today. We're going to try and look at the Martial King chapter today, but we're going to draft our dream team for a potential weekly Shonen Jump fighter game, right? It's only a matter of time before they make another one, and even if they don't, there's been a lot of new manga since they made the last one, so I think it's only fair that we, as weekly Shonen Jump fans, draft our own Jump Fighters roster. The only rule is that it's got to be Shonen Jump, right? So we'll include Jump Plus, right? Like we'll include Chainsaw Man and Dandadan. We'll include whatever, but it can't be, you know, Fire Force. It can't be, as much as people would be disappointed, we can't do Frieren, right? Because that's not Shonen Jump. Excuse me, it's got to be Shonen Jump. We got Gamer Chan Leanne in the chat. What's going on, Gamer Chan Leanne? We got Eddie Rayman, Dead Sea Pirate. How you doing? We got Grace. What's going on, Grace? If Berserk is animated, should Powerhouse Animation Studios animate it? I'm not sure. That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't watched any of the Berserk anime. Eddie, you said earlier, how is the Fantastic Four read-through going? I've had to put it on pause while I read some manga for videos. I am going to get back to it. I will say I've read like the first 20-ish comics. I think I'm on like issue 20-ish. I'm on... The last one I remember is when Doctor Doom sends them back in time. This is the last one I remember, but I know it's not the last one I read. Doctor Doom sends them back in time to fight Blackbeard, and they have to steal some amulet in his treasure, and then they go back to the present and they beat Doctor Doom, but it was just a clone or something, or like a robot. Yeah. Oh, and then I think it was the next issue after that, he teamed up with the Submariner, or Submariner, however you say his name. I'm gonna guess it's Submariner. But yeah. I love Fantastic Four. Once I read all the old Fantastic Four comics, I want to read Ultimate Fantastic Four. And then I want to read some of the X-Men comics, because I've been playing some Marvel Rivals. Even before Marvel Rivals, I mean, you can see my t-shirt. I'm wearing a Wolverine t-shirt. I bet you can guess who my favorite X-Men is. That being said, for anyone who's a Marvel Rivals fan, I mean Emma Frost, because I'm cultured. Also, she's really good. If guest characters get added, please add Sailor Moon, Natsu. No, because okay, so yeah, we'll do a guest characters section. So we're gonna split this up by series, right? So we can we'll do the obvious ones first. Dragon Ball, Hunter, JoJo. What else? Who are the usual suspects? Oh, Joy, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto. So no Shikanoko? I don't even know what that is, man. I am sorry. I have no idea what that is. JoJo, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto. Jujutsu Kaisen is obviously going in there. Chainsaw Man. Hitman Reborn. Let's do the like big series first, and then we'll get into the newer series. I'm trying to think if I missed anything. Oh, Doi. So before Hunter x Hunter, YuYu Hakusho. That reminds me as well. Fist of the North Star. Trying to think. I'm trying to go like somewhat chronologically here. DQ die. So Dragon. Here, I'll spell that out. Dragon Quest. And then, of course, as of late, Dandadan. Yeah, I got JoJo. Oh, thank you. HA. Black Clover. So we'll start with the big ones, and we'll try to limit it to like 5 characters a series. Kagurabachi has a better ending than JJK. Hopefully. That'd be nice. Rosario Vampire. We'll save that. Well, I want to do a part 2 to this. I want to make this like a long ass growing list that we keep adding to and keep changing. But I want to start with like the big series. Those are like the most obvious ones. And then we'll get into the smaller series. As much as I love Jump, I have not read all the like lesser known series. Like I've read Shaman King, but that's still pretty mainstream. Mission Yozakura Family, absolutely. I don't know if we'll get to it today, but when we do like part 2 or 3 for sure. I think there's a lot of potential there. Oh, you know who I gotta throw in here? Let's just start. I have my list. Let's start for now. So guest characters we'll save for towards the end of the stream. Will I add to the list eventually? Yeah, for sure. For sure. This is part 1. I think we'll do like at least 3 parts. Hopefully this is like a thing we do like maybe, I don't know about every month, but like once a month. Sounds about right. Yeah, Spy Family. If you do Spy Family, you gotta do Anya. All right, so let's start with Dragon Ball. So for Dragon Ball, we'll do the obvious ones. So Goku, Vegeta, excuse me. Who else would I want to do for Dragon Ball? So I'm going to add with Daima form. All right. I forget what his transformation in Daima is technically called, but we all know what I'm thinking, right? Super Saiyan 4. Goku, Vegeta. I feel like you gotta have Piccolo in there. We need at least one girl character. All right, this is gonna be a somewhat unpopular pick, but I'm gonna throw Pan in there. And then I'll put Pan GT. And then what else? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know who should we put? Future Trunks? That's not a bad idea. Kefla? That's not a bad idea. I kind of want to put Broly, but I feel like Broly is too easy. I don't want to put Beerus. I don't want to put Goku Black. We don't have a villain. Who would be a good... Jiren, maybe? Who thinks we should put Jiren? Perhaps you can discuss anime studios' worst productions ever. I think with Pyro, it's probably Tokyo Ghoul. Even though, like, it looks fine, it's bad adaptation. JC Staff, I can't even remember. I can't even remember, like, the last good anime they did. Because I thought they did the final season of Fairy Tail, but that's not true. Perfect Cell? No. I kind of want to put Broly, but he's not really a villain. We need like a good villain. People are saying Cell. Yeah, because Frieza is always the obvious choice. That's true. We'll do Frieza and Cell, because it's Dragon Ball. We'll make the exception. So Frieza. And we'll add super forms. And then we'll put perfect Cell. I think that's pretty good. Fist of the North Star. Right? Ken. Reo. Who's like the main rival in Hokuto no Ken? Is it Shin? Yeah, you gotta have Shin. And then I think we can do one more. But Kenshiro. Trying to think. Who would be like one more good Fist of the North Star character? Are we allowed DBS manga spoilers because they're strong villains after the tournament? Honestly, I wouldn't even want to put any of the villains after the Tournament of Power. Like, what's his name? The goat guy. He's okay. He was cool to start, but he was pretty boring by the end of that arc. And I don't really like any of the characters in it after that arc either. That being said, so for Frieza with the super forms, I would put Black Frieza for sure. Maybe Toki? Let me see. No, no, no. I feel like that's good for Fist of the North Star. I feel like that's pretty good. Honestly, if I decide to watch Kingdom, watch it from season 2 plus, because season 1 has horrendous CGI. I would probably just read the manga first before I watch the anime. Majin Vegeta goes hard. Yeah, but that's like, if you're trying to represent like the mainstream version of the character, I guess. Because while this is like my dream team roster, so I'll put it this way. Majin Vegeta would be, if I was making my own game, that'd be more of like a skin. I wouldn't do like a separate character for Majin Vegeta. I would just make that like a skin or like a color. How do I feel about Harmon blatantly using anime props as product placement for his skits? I gotta be honest, I don't even know what you mean. Okay, let's go to Dragon Quest Die. So, Die, obviously. Gotta do pop. Hunkel, I think is an absolute must-have. What else? I think from there, the only character I would really want to see, who's the silver armor guy? Well, there's like all the chess characters, and then there's Hunkel, who's got like the shiny silver armor. Imzu says hello. Well, hello, Imzu. Pleasure to have you. Who else would I include? I would probably include... Who's the main villain? I forgot his name. Vern. Vern would be a badass villain to have in the game. So I think that's pretty solid. YuYu Hakusho should be pretty straightforward. Gotta have Yusuke, EA, Oguro. And then we'll throw Genkai. Surprisingly, Genkai doesn't really have a lot of cool abilities, I feel like. You know what? We'll do both of them. We'll do Kurabara, and then we'll do Kurama. I think that's pretty fair. All right, so let's space this out a bit. Hunter x Hunter. I feel like for Hunter x Hunter, we gotta have a bunch of characters. Because Hunter x Hunter, there's so many cool characters, right? So like, Gon, Killua, Kurapika. I would not put Leorio. Sorry. Makuro and Boy are so dope, but I doubt you'd add them. Yeah, I wouldn't really want them as like fighting game characters. They're cool, but Hunter x Hunter. Gotta have Hisoka. Frollo. Miruem. And I'm trying to think of like one random character. Or one character that you wouldn't normally think of. Gon, Killua, Kurapika, Hisoka, Crollo, Miruem. I'm trying to think of who else I would put. No, I wouldn't put Pito. As cool as she is, I wouldn't put Pito. We got Karpinen in the chat. What's going on, Karpinen? Count. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16. Damn it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 characters so far. Bisky's a good one. That's actually a really good one because she could like transform. That's, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Is that who I want to put? Let's see. First arc. Tournament arc. What's going on, Edens? How you doing? Edens, we're drafting weekly Shonen Jump characters for a fighting game. And we're going series by series. We can cut them later. Genthru? Nah, I wouldn't put Genthru. Because he does... Because he just kind of places bombs. He's not really a fighter. Who else did you say? Bork said Kite? Kite's not a bad idea. Genthru was a joke. Honestly, I don't even think anybody would play Genthru if he was in the game. I don't think anybody would play him. Unless he was like a wicked troll character, then everyone would spam him. Honestly, yeah, let's put Bisky. We can come back to it. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, hold on. You know who I'm gonna add too? I forgot their name. It's been a hot minute. Hunter x Hunter. New villain. No, you know who you would have to have is a Rydnik. I gotta look up how you spell this guy's goddamn name. Zaridnik. That motherfucker is a boss character. Alright, JoJo. Jotaro. Jolene. Dio is obvious. Funny. Valentine. Dio, Funny Valentine. JoJo is tough because there's so many good characters. I would do Dio, Funny Valentine. Let's do 3 and 3. Dio, Funny Valentine, and then... Damn, that's tough. Dio... I don't know if I would want to put Cars. Because Cars' abilities are kind of boring. We already got Chrollo in here. Who else? Who else? If anybody's got JoJo recommendations, let me hear them. Part 3, we got Dio. Kira wouldn't be bad. Diavolo wouldn't be bad. Honestly, I would probably opt for just the 2 villains and then put Josuke. Well, we got 3 main characters. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Josuke. I'm gonna put Koichi. And then who would be another? Oh, I know who I would put. I feel like you almost have to put him. Rohan. I feel like that's a pretty dope list. For a start. Dio's son, Giorno? If I'm limiting myself to 2 main characters, I would say Jotaro and Jolene would be good. It feels weird to have Funny Valentine and not Johnny. I think that works. I think we can do that for now. Aka Howler. I'm not doing any Part 9 characters for now. Even though I'd really like to do Jodio. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 is already pretty high. Okay, that's good. One Piece. All right. Luffy. Zoro. Katakuri. Would I want Kaido? I don't know. Oh, you know what? No. Katakuri. Doflamingo. Alright, so we got our 2 villains. And then let's do... who would we want for female characters? Sparrow, Apu. Those are some random ass characters. I love the energy, but come on, guys. Robin? I'll do Robin. I like that. All right. Do we put Yamato? I feel like Yamato is a pretty easy pick. I agree with Robin. That would look amazing in a fighting game. I thought to put Nami, but Honestly, I wouldn't want to play as Nami. I would rather play as Robin. Nami, Robin, and Boa are obvious. Ooh. I would love to put Carrot, but nobody would support me in that. And I also don't think that would be a popular pick. I kind of want to put, what did somebody say? Boa? Honestly, I would rather play Yamato over Boa, as much as I like Boa. Explain how Apu and Sparrow are evil? I don't think I said they were evil. I just said they were random. Sanji and Kuma? Nah. As much as I love Sanji, I would not want to play as him. Kind of seems very cruel to Carrot. Listen, I love Carrot. When everyone was like, you know, Carrot versus Yamato for next Straw Hat, I was Team Carrot. But I understand I'm also in the minority on that one. Nami could be a fun trap character. That's what I think that's what they made her in Burning Blood. I played that game for like 2 seconds and then I put it down. It's terrible. I think they made her like a trickster character. Does this fighter have summons or skins or anything? I'm not sure what you mean by summons, but skins, yeah, we would do like skins or colors for sure. I was out for a moment. Did I miss something? I'm not really sure. I don't know when you dropped out. Was checking. Who do I want to put? For badass female characters. Yamato, Boa. Law? I would actually really want to play Law. But we already have 5 characters and I want to include some female characters. And we only have 1. So Robin would be good. It's my favorite Kodansha manga. Out of ongoing Kodansha manga, I would probably say Gachi Akuta. Although Galaxius is really good and Shangri-La Frontier is really good. All time, I have no idea, but ongoing, those would be my favorite 3. You know what? I think Yamato is a pretty good pick. Yeah, Bleach is going to be a fun one for sure. How many characters do we have right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn it. Okay, that's going to be annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So we're already at 38 characters. It's going to be a big ass game. It's okay. We'll assume it's a 4v4 team fighter. We'll make extra room. Will I include Asnot Neutra comparison Bleach? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, will I make a video on it? I'm not really sure why I would compare them. Bleach. Ichigo, obviously. Rukia, obviously. Now, who would I want? That's a toughie. There's so many good Bleach characters. Big Mom could be fun. True. Yeah, I just don't like Big Mom enough to put her in my fighting game. They both look similar character design wise. True. Ichigo, Rukia, Yoruichi. Well, we'll start limiting it to 4 characters. Because we're already at 40-ish characters. It's getting kind of big. Who would I do for like one more female character? We got Yoruichi. Orihime I would put. You know what? I'm going to sneak one in. No. No. I think Yoruichi is good. We don't need to do 2 female characters. We got Ichigo, Rukia, Yoruichi. Yuhawak, however you say his name. I think that's good. Although, I take that back. Gotta put Aizen. Alright, Naruto. Yeah, I'd want to put Kenpachi, but I'm going to limit it to 4 characters for now. So we have Rukia, Yoruichi, Aizen, and Ichigo. If I add more Bleach characters, I think Kenpachi will be the next one for sure. We got Naruto. Let's go Naruto. Sasuke. All right, real talk, everybody. Do we put Boruto? And I'll make a concession. If we do Boruto, it'll be Blue Vortex Boruto, not OG Boruto. Blue Vortex Boruto. Is Kimimaru the worst villain in your opinion? I just I don't think he's the worst. He's really not even a villain. He's just an antagonist. Dandadan is not Weekly Shonen Jump. So I put Weekly Shonen Jump, but I really just mean Shonen Jump. So we can include all the other magazines. I really just mean Shueisha, right? Weekly Shonen Jump, Jump Plus, Jump Square, whatever the other one is. Heck no? Okay, no Boruto. So let's go. We got Naruto, Sasuke. Let's do Rock Lee. And then we'll do... All right. Chat. This is a toughie. Do we do Madara or do we do Pain? For now. We can always come back. But do we do Madara or do we do Pain? You gotta tell me in chat. Personally, I would love to put Itachi, but I feel like when you already have Sasuke, that's kind of redundant. All Shonen Jump crossover games have exclusively used Weekly Shonen Jump characters and series. Well, the nice thing about that is we're making our own game. We are not Shueisha. So, eat dirt. Suck eggs. Kabuto? No. Get out of here. I'm not going to make Boruto its own entry. I'm just doing Naruto. Pain and Orochimaru have never been playable. I feel like it's got to be Pain then. Pain first. Go for Pain. That arc was peak. All right, Pain it is. Also, everyone in chat got brownie points because that's who I wanted to pick. As much as I like Madara, again, I do feel like he's a little redundant if we're doing Sasuke and Madara. So I feel like Pain is a more interesting choice. All right. Now we're getting into the new gen. Or newer stuff, I should say. let's move this because we're going in chronological order. Let's do Jujutsu. No, that should be all caps. Jujutsu Kaisen. There we go. All right, my hero. There we go. Deku. Oh. Honestly, after Deku, I feel like that's kind of a close call. Deku, I feel like gotta put Mirko, right? I didn't just butcher her name, did I? No, I got it right. Mirko. Do we want to put Shigaraki? The Uchihas kind of overlap, exactly. If you replace Rock Lee with someone who is more important than the Pain arc, Rock Lee can be saved for DLC. No. Sorry. Shigaraki and Uraraka, they were not in Jump Force. Mirko, definitely, she hyped. Gotta have Todoroki. So let's put Shigaraki. And then ooh, yeah. I'm gonna put after Jujutsu Kaisen we'll do Dr. Stone. Thanks, Luke. Also, how you doing, Luke? I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Deku, Mirko, Shigaraki, Endeavor, All Might, Dabi. Honestly, I feel like Dabi would be kind of boring. Because he's really just got the fire abilities, which look really cool. But I feel like as a moveset, it would be kind of boring. Lady Nagant as a zoner. I like Lady Nagant. I would not put her on my roster. At least not to start. Deku, Mirko, Shigaraki, Endeavor. Now, you know who I want to put? Stain. 2 villains, 2 heroes. I think that's very fair. I'm not doing Rurouni Kenshin, respectfully. Armored All Might would be really cool. Opinion of Midoriya leaving MHA? Well, I don't think he left MHA, but if you're talking about him not being a hero and then being a hero and whatever. I'm not going to talk about that just because some people might be anime only. No, people don't like the Stain pick, I should say. I don't know, dude. Maybe do Overhaul if you want another villain. All right. I'll take Stain out because we seem to be mixed on that. Chat. Tell me right now. This is your pick. This is a democracy here. For now. Who do we want as our 4th pick? If we can only have 4 My Hero characters, who would we pick? We got Deku, Mirko, Shigaraki. I don't mind putting Uraraka, but I don't want to put her. I don't feel like she'd be that fun. Overhaul and Shigaraki are arguably too similar. Sort of. I don't feel like Overhaul would be a fun fighting game character. Because he just kind of steals quirks. Right? Am I crazy? No, that's not what he does. What is Overhaul's quirk again? Grants him the ability to disassemble and reassemble matter with his bare hands. Okay, so yeah, you're right. I don't know that. I'd be fine with Stain. He'd look really cool in a fighter. I feel like he'd be really cool, but apparently people are split on that one. For brute force, I'd say Kirishima. I want to put Kirishima, but I feel like that's a bit of a vanilla pick. I also don't want to put All Might. I like All Might, but I feel like we can do better. Deku, Mirko, Shigaraki. You know what? I'm going to leave Stain in there. Stars and Stripes, absolutely not. Busted ass character, gets washed as fast as they're introduced. Absolutely not. What are my criticisms with Dandadan and Chainsaw Man? Dandadan, I think, needs to focus less on romance. Like, just make Okurun and Momo the only two with like any romantic tension whatsoever, and then make everybody else like individual characters. That's it. Got here a few minutes ago. Why is Mirko on the roster before Bakugo? That's like adding One Piece without Zoro or Dragon Ball without Vegeta. I just don't think Bakugo is as popular as I would like him to be. Chainsaw Man Part 2 was all over the place. Yeah, Chainsaw Man 2, the pacing is not as great as in Part 1. Deku, Mirko, Shigaraki. That's a toughie. You know what? For now, I'm going to put Stain. We can always come back to my hero. All right, Black Clover. Asta, that's easy. Yuno, easy. Noelle. So really, who do we want to put for a villain? I think that's a toughie. You know what? Let's do Dante. I just want to make sure I got the right one. I feel like Dante's a good pick. Yami. I would love to put Yami, but I already have Asta, Yuno, Noelle, and Dante. I feel like you have to do Yuno. Because I feel like Yami would be a little too similar to Asta. As much as I love Yami. Although... So we'll definitely have to... We'll have to figure that one out. Dante or Zagrid? Yeah. Watching this on a boat? Awesome, man. Good for you. I wish I was on a boat right now. I think that's good for now. How long have we been doing the stream? We've been going for almost an hour. That's crazy. All right, let's do JJK. Yuji. Maki. Gotta do Sukuna. And then I think Gojo, right? There's our 4 right there. That was pretty easy. Yuji, Maki, Sukuna, Gojo. I feel like that's pretty safe. Yeah. Anybody else? Do we, for just 4 characters, would you swap out any of those 4 characters? JJK is going to be crazy obvious. Don't add Gojo, it's too obvious. Well, if it's obvious, then that's what you got to do. Like, let's be honest, right? Would you not want to at least try out Gojo. I feel like Gojo is a pretty good pick. Gojo's an obvious pick because everyone would want to play him. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Mahito would be way cooler than Sukuna, in my opinion, as a fighter. I don't think that's true at all. I think Sukuna has way more abilities, is way more menacing as a character. Todo would be cool, but if we're just doing 4 characters, I would rather have Maki over Todo. You could make Gojo DLC. Yeah, true. That would sell well. For now, I just want to put Gojo down, and then if we do DLC, we'll swap things out maybe. Yuta, true. Yuta, ooh. I feel like if you do Jujutsu Kaisen, you have to do Gojo. So I can't swap out. I feel like the only option there is to swap out Maki for Yuta. Ugh. All right, chat, tell me this. Well, we don't have to do a female character for every series. So tell me this. Would you rather have Maki or Yuta? If you want me to swap out Maki with Yuta, tell me right now in chat. Like Akuma in Street Fighter, you can get a certain to be their character as DLC these days. True. Any other memorable characters in JJK for this fan fighting game list? I mean, there's a bunch of them, but right now I'm trying to limit it to 4 because I think we have something like 60 characters. Mekamaru would be fun, but I feel like there's other characters I would pick first. Maki. All right, we have 2 Maki, 2 Yuta. We need a tiebreaker. Anybody else? We got 2 and 2. Make the players base beg for Gojo to beg for then replace him with Megami. True. All right, chat, you voted. Yuta it is. I don't think anybody's mad with that. As much as I would like to put Maki, I think Yuta is just as popular, if not more. All right, Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone, I already got this. Senku, Kohaku, Tsukasa, and then we need one more. Damn. Who would I put? I kind of want to put Suika, because Suika would be like a good gag character. But who would I put? Kaseki is a good option. I don't think I would put Chrome, because Chrome would just be like another Senku. Who would I put? Damn. I kind of want to put Stanley. Abara? Abara wouldn't really be that fun. Tsukasa, Kohaku. Ooh. Hyoga. Hyoga is a must pick. Luke again with the excellent recommendations. That vacation is doing you wonders. Oh, we should do One Punch Man. Let's do. What are we? How are we doing for time? We're at 55 minutes. Yeah, we got time. Let's scoot this down. One Punch Man. Saitama. Oh my god. Saitama. Gotta put Genos. Saitama, Genos. Who else would we put for One Punch Man? Oh, duh. Gotta put Tatsumaki. And then who would we put for a fourth character? Oh, duh. So obvious. Thank you, chat. Garo. All right, he can be our villain character. I feel like that's the most obvious pick, like the most obvious roster out of all of these series. Saitama, right? He's the main character. Genos, because he's the badass cyborg. Tatsumaki for the waifu pick. And then Garo, right? For the edgy villain. For sure. King, if we do more than 4 characters, then King 200% is a character. Absolutely. No Genos? Nah, Genos is too cool. Genos is too cool to not have Genos. Isn't it different companies? No, it's... Well, it's on Viz. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Shueisha. I don't know what magazine the manga is in. One Punch Man. Let's check. I know it. I'm almost certain. It says Jump Comics. Oh, it's in Young Jump. So that is Shueisha. So we'll throw it in there. If you're not going to add Rurouni, then add YuYu. We have YuYu Hakusho. Where are we? We did Yusuke, Hiei, Toguro, Kurabara, and Kurama. Moomin Rider is a gag character. If we do more characters, for sure. All right, Chainsaw Man. Denji, obvious. Makima, obvious. As much as I want to put Aki, I don't really think you can put Aki. I think Power would be awesome. Denji, Makima, Power. Did I do Berserk? No, I did not. Let's go back. Could technically go like right here. We'll go back for Berserk. Excuse me. Denji, Makima, Power. We need Reze. Katana Man. Oh, true. Yeah, but we're really just doing Shueisha. I put Weekly Shonen Jump, but it's really anything Shueisha. All right, chat. Who do we want to put for our fourth pick? Would you rather have 1, A, Reze, or B, Asa / War Devil? Do 7 Deadly Sins and Fairy Tail meet the requirements? No. We'll do a separate one for Kodansha. It's kind of crazy that Kodansha hasn't done their own crossover game. Like even in Japan, I don't think they've done one. Have they? Kodansha All-Stars? Oh no, Game Ideas. No. They made Shonen Magazine versus Shonen Sunday on the PSP. Did they really? Get the hell out of here. Did I do Versus the new manga of One? No, I did not. I haven't read that yet. I would like to soon. All right, chat doesn't seem to be too certain, so I'm gonna put Reze and Dandadan. Okaroon. Kodansha has so many properties that can become potential fighting or adventure games like Shueisha does. I need a game with Fairy Tail and Black Clover in it. I would love a Kodansha versus Shueisha game. Like Jump versus... No, it'd have to be... I don't know what you would call that. Manga versus? Because Kodansha versus Shueisha is a little too cut and dry. But you can't really do Shonen versus Jump. I don't know. Momo's grandmother? So Seiko. Did I do Sakamoto Days? No, Sakamoto Days will probably be part 2. Mob Psycho? Is Mob Psycho Shueisha? Mob Psycho 100. No, Mob Psycho 100 is Shogakukan, so we cannot do Mob Psycho. Okaroon. Momo. We'll do GG/Evil Eye. Who would our 4th character be? Okaroon, Momo. You know who I would put? I would put Zuma. Zuma. I feel like the only villain character you can do for Dandadan is Evil Eye. Honestly, I'll take that back. I'll put Seiko. All right, and then we're at an hour and 2, so we'll end it with Berserk. Guts. Oscar. Griffith. All right, chat. Add JoJo's. We already got JoJo's. Vagabond? Is Vagabond even Shueisha? I doubt it. Kodansha. Nope. Sorry. We have... I feel like we got at least a dozen female characters. 1, 2... Or excuse me. We got Pan. Casca. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 17 female characters. All right, chat. For a 4th Berserk character, who would you like? Add Puck, he has plot armor. It's not a bad idea. Shonen Magazine versus Shonen Sunday on the PSP was a thing for some reason. They had stuff like Fairy Tail, Inuyasha, Hajime no Ippo. That actually sounds dope. I just feel like, especially in today's market, you need a better name. Although even Shogakukan versus Kodansha, again, like you need to do like Manga All Stars or something, or like Manga Super Alliance or something. Oh, that's right. Berserk is not Shueisha. We might have to... Is it Kodansha? Dark Horse Comics for English publisher. Published by Hakusensha. So nope, it is not Shueisha. So we have to take out Berserk. Sorry, chat. I hate to do it. Also, thank you, Nickel, for pointing that out. Let's do one more series and then we'll wrap up the stream. We got Dragon Ball. What did somebody said one before? Oh, Sakamoto Days. Let's throw that in there because that's popular. We'll do 3 Sakamoto Days characters. Sakamoto Days. I would do Sakamoto, Shin, and then who do we want for a 3rd Sakamoto character? I will let chat decide. Fullmetal Alchemist is Square Enix, so cannot do that. Square Enix would be a really good one, especially since they're already a game company. I feel like that'd be pretty easy. All right. We need one more Sakamoto Days character. Chat, who we putting? I don't think the villains would be particularly fun. Kashima? Yeah. Anybody else? Kashima for like the villain pick, but I feel like we can do better. Yeah, exactly. Fullmetal Alchemist is not Shueisha. Sakamoto's daughter, plot armor. We might just have to put the villain. Actually, no, I know exactly who I would pick for Sakamoto Days. Excuse me. I would put Osaragi. And then Slur. We'll do 4 characters. I read 60 plus chapters of Sakamoto Days. I retained none of it. That's more or less how I feel about it. Although it is fun for what it is. Heisuke, I would love to put Heisuke, but you have to do Sakamoto. You have to do Shin. So I feel like you need one villain, right? And then I would honestly rather have Osaragi over Heisuke. That's just me. Do Kaiju number 8 tomorrow? Well, we'll do it maybe next Thursday. But how many characters did we do? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78 characters. We have 78 characters. That's a big ass roster. New to the stream, would this be the roster for a one-on-one game? Maybe you could add assists like cameos for more representation instead of making everyone playable characters. That's not a bad idea. Also, thank you for reminding me. Anime Expo July 4th, I will try to do. I think that's a Friday. If there's like actually stuff to watch, I'll stream it, but I don't know. Um 78 is way too much for base game. I feel like they'd have 40 at most for base. Yeah, no. 78 characters, that's like including DLC. One Punch Man Season 3. Yeah, that's going to be sad. A lot of people are going to get their hopes up and it's going to look like absolute doggy doo-doo. But that's what it is. It is what it is. Should have gone to somebody like Mappa. Madhouse is all set with it. Yeah, it is what it is. Jump Force was 57. Yeah, and Jump Force is it's like sort of one-on-one, but what was that? Teams of 3 or teams of 2? We now have Marvel Tokon, which is 4v4, so we'll imagine it's a 4v4 game. Only post DLC. What? Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Of course, we'll continue to update this list. So new video this weekend. Might be 2 videos, but it'll be at least 1 video this weekend. Friendly reminder, no stream this Sunday. I have a party I'm going to with family, so I will not be available to stream on Sunday. We'll resume to normal schedule afterward. But yeah, that's it for the rest of the week, and I will see you guys